Guys,
Hello.
Monday.
It is. Pretty straightforward week. Well, main thing is the Voxels DLC, getting that all wrapped up and done, and then for me it'll be starting the sci-fi fantasy pack, which will be a fun one for me.
Yeah, I'll be working on some console stuff, Xbox and Nintendo Switch, and then we're going to be doing a lot of stuff for the public side of the business. So there's a lot of things about bank accounts where we're going to set that up, payment plan like solutions. So like when you go and buy something in a shop, how does that work? A bunch of fun stuff like that. So yeah.
Coffee machine's not working, but Lee's on it. Lee's on the case. Spent 2 years working in Debenhams Cafe. He knows what he's doing. Oh, something moved.
There you go.
Oh, it's coming out.
Off the back of last week's sort of looking at the insurance policies we need to get for opening up to the public. One of the things I was recommended was doing a risk assessment, so it's a bit of a sort of a boring admin sort of task, but it's an important one as well. But yeah, just using some of the government helpline help websites to sort of get a template and then going ahead and sort of fill it out. Trying to think of realistic things that could be problems in the building, such as people tripping, any sort of problems from working at heights, long times at desks, that sort of stuff. Hopefully I've covered enough all the bases that I can think of, but we can always add to this in the future as well. Create future versions. Some of these have actionable tasks, so things we can look at sorting as well, and then left a section to put in the date for when it's applicable to for just be actioned. But yeah, that's that done, that's saved. We'll check it out, and we'll hopefully not need to worry about it, because no one likes to worry about any sort of hazards and risks.
Okay, with the Excel taking up a lot of time, it's quite a tight to the wire sort of situation here when it comes to working on the Voxels DLC, which comes out on this Friday. As you can see here, I've reached the stage of where I'm just sort of working on all the VFX and shaders. The modeling is pretty much done. I've got one level to go, but for a reason why I'll tell you in a sec, I'm not actually doing that model just yet. So because obviously, it's coming out quite soon, I didn't want to take up too much time doing all the work and then leaving all the QA to be done at the last second for Lee. I thought that would be a bit unfair on him. So I think the plan is for this DLC, I'm going to work on half of the world first in terms of the shaders and VFX, and then get a build pushed so that when I'm working on the second half of the world, Lee can start QAing. I'm working quite hard on these sort of shaders. I'm really happy with this sort of castle level. Initially, I was struggling to figure out what kind of VFX I wanted to do for these worlds in general, these levels, as there's not so much opportunity on these ones, but this one especially looks really good. I've made it look like the castle's being sieged, and I've had some shaders to make the bricks look a bit more sort of 3D. But as for now, I've actually finished off this half of the world. So, and Rob's not currently in yet, so a build can't be done. So I'm actually trying to get a bit more done, just so there's a bit more to QA for Lee. And I'm currently working on the information age side of the DLC, which is obviously the modern era. And we've got, if we go to where's the phone? The smartphone up here. This is one of the instances where I don't think I'll be adding any VFX into it, because there's not really much I can do for a phone. There's not really any VFX that comes out of a phone, of course, unless it's broken, in case like smoke or sparks. But I don't want it to look like that. I want it to look like a nice phone. So I'm just going to put a lot more effort into making the emissions looking nice. And I've just started to work on that now. It's not done, but hopefully by the end of it, it'll look really nice. So yeah, I'm going to keep my head down and just keep cracking on until Rob's in, and hopefully there'll be a substantial amount of QA that Lee can do while I finish off the rest of the world, and we should be okay for release.
Okay, yeah, a little bit of a different update for me today. So basically, we're going to Gameo. It's like a games industry specific event where it's a good like networking event really, but it's based in Leeds. So essentially, we are now members of a company called Game Republic. They basically champion a bunch of games industry stuff in the northeast, but they're based in Leeds, which well, it's not the north, is it?
Them's fighting words.
So yeah, they host a yearly event called Gameo, where a bunch of developers come and show off their games and have a chat and a bit of a network and stuff like that. So we're doing that next week. That should be quite fun. But yeah, it's quite a mission to get there. But thankfully, someone's put on a bus for us, just a free bus. I think like Double 11 are sponsoring it. Basically from Newcastle, it stops off in Middlesbrough on the way, and then it goes to Leeds. So yeah, it's gonna be a long day. Me and Lee are going to that, and yeah, should be fun. We'll see what it's like, because honestly, we don't know. We don't know what to expect at all, but should be fun. Okay, so Kim's been in the past couple of days. I'm not sure if she's been in the devlog this week, but yeah, she's finished off this area around here, which means that this actual office room is done. The last little bit was obviously up at the top here that Lee did on Friday, and she's also been painting in there, so the stream room's pretty much done. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and tidy around all of this stuff up. Another bit of news is that we just ordered a till, which is kind of cool. So go around here. Yeah, there is that we're gonna have like a desk here that people can pay. Badoop, I guess. It's got like contactless payment and stuff like that. Apparently it's a whole thing. But yeah, we've done the research and that should arrive in a couple of days. So yeah, gonna tidy this up, and fingers crossed we'll get some things to sort of peg this stuff to the wall, make it look a little bit nicer.
So I've been QA testing the Colouring Voxels DLC. Obviously still in progress, that's why it's not set up properly on the main menu here. But yeah, so far so good. We've got the pushbacks, but they've already been fixed. And then if you look over here on Trello, I've got some completed levels over here on the right, quite a few to be fair. I had to push a couple back just for minor issues, and then the ones down here Jack hasn't finished up yet. So yeah, just waiting for more progression on that. But yeah, I've caught up with the QA for now, and there's, yeah, we'll see how long it takes to get the rest done. Today I've been doing some more QA testing for the time travel book. I've sort of caught up again with the current build. Been a couple more pushbacks, but hopefully nothing too strenuous for Jack to fix. Look over here, so I've pushed back the PC level. There was a couple of minor issues, like this block doesn't have a glass texture. Some inconsistencies in the patterns, that sort of stuff. So hopefully it's not too big of a fix. And they're still waiting for some levels to be actually pushed as well. So I haven't tested these ones at the bottom at all yet. So yeah, hopefully one, maybe two more builds, and we should be good to go. It does mean the achievements task is going to fall behind, because that's meant to be today. But obviously that's going to be tomorrow. Should mean that some of the levels are completed. But again, that's fine. There's still plenty of time. Other than that, I'm sort of digging into creating an escape room. So that's part of the plan for the other part of the office there. And I'm essentially looking at just ideas. Pinterest is quite handy for that. Because one thing I want to start making a start on is decorating. So we need to work out a theme, work out what we need to buy, and just make a list of things that we need to look into getting when we get the funding, hopefully through in the next week or so.
Okay, so I'm still working on the Voxels DLC as it comes out tomorrow. The Voxels worlds are coming along really nicely. Lee's currently doing QA as I'm sort of working on the last ones, and I'm pretty much there now. And you can see here I've finished off the cargo ship, which is one of the bigger levels. Really happy with this one. The sort of particle systems aren't too intensive. So you can see we've got some thrusters on the back, which I really like, and we've got the light beams at the front. And we've got a few shaders on there as well. But what really helps, I think, is the sort of size shader for this one. You can see here it adds a lot of just different sort of depths and thickness to each voxel and gives it a bit more of an industrial look. So yeah, I'm really happy with these elves I've been working on.
I whiffed it, so I'm gonna have to reset. There we go. 0 days since incident. Alright, so our new till has just arrived. I've been opening it up, unpacking everything. So far, like, super impressed with just like the build quality of the thing. I really wasn't expecting things to be quite so polished. But yeah, we've got a little device thing. It's just doing an update now, but the way it works is like you've got a card reader here, which should show like the total and stuff like that for people to buy things. This is like how it power it, so I guess there's like expansion. I don't know. You can plug in Ethernet and things, and then that connects to this device, and then this device has got a cable. So you see there's like a cable in, cable out. So power and stuff goes in there. Then this cable runs to this thing. A bit of a long cable, but yeah, I'm just super impressed. There's this little thing here, so it's a little flap. So what you can do is you can actually just like put this, and it actually like docks into it, which is just kind of cool. Don't think we'll have it like that, but it's nice. It's nice if we needed to take it away for conventions or anything like that. And the whole thing can work offline, which is really good. And then we could just like attach that to there and then take it to a convention and then hopefully subsidize some of the money for it. But yeah, just doing this update and then I'll get things set up.
Okay, so whilst Lee is doing the QA for the Voxels world, I'm going to crack on and start the sci-fi fantasy world. And you can see here I've started a new image, a pretty big one to be fair, 200 by 120, and you can see I may have overcooked the line work here. I'm trying to try out a new style here. I really do like it, but maybe I've done too much. I'm not entirely sure yet. But for the rest of the level, I'm going to add a sort of cityscape down the bottom here. So if you can imagine, sort of, lots of little cubes and towers here to make up the cityscape, and hopefully that'll look quite nice. But I think it's going to take a little while. It's quite a big image, but after this one, I think I'll do a bit of a small one, try to get maybe 2 or 3 images done today, which will be a nice head start.
Okay, so we've been working out the was it the point of sale thing? One of those, please, Lee. We've been working it out. It's actually quite. We'll get rid of these flipping cables, won't we? Yeah, so it pops up on here as the thing. If you want, you can charge me for it, and then I can. Then we can test refunds. So you can put your card in there, or you can tap. Should I just tap it on my phone? That's pretty secure, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. It's paid.
Makes a noise too.
It does make a noise. It's cool that. And then you get prompted for like your receipt and stuff like that. These cables are just. We'll get rid of those, which is quite good. So you can press email and then
send to the contact email.
Yeah, cool. Send. Email sent. You're done. Lee gets a little prompt on his screen saying that the receipt's been sent. Then you get Tusk Labs back again. So that's cool. Everything seems to be working quite well. Is it crashed?
No, it's just I can do it. Add customer view counter. There's no close. I guess view conversation after where you're going.
Yeah. So we've added a bunch of items and stuff you can buy. It's just all 3D printed stuff that I've been working on. They obviously we'll have different tabs for merch and the other things I guess we're going to be selling. I don't know what we're going. Lee reached out to Warhammer people, but that's optimistic, isn't it? Yeah, it's cool. It's working. The calendar's a bit weird for booking appointments, but
maybe we're using it wrong. Yeah.
But we might be. We're still learning.
Yeah, just finishing up the last of the QA testing. This is the last of the levels that's been pushed back and fixed, and it's finished. It's looking good. So that's all the levels done. There's still a couple of things needed for the build, mainly for the main menu. Okay, it needs a bit of recentering to make it fit. The castle level, for example, is not even attached, but the main menu is looking good. We also need to change the background because it's the same as the zoo, and obviously the name needs updating to match as well because it's no longer connected correctly. So a couple of things for the main menu, but the levels themselves, the bulk of the work is all done. Everything's looking good as well. So that's almost ready to go. All the stuff now is the achievements as well. I've already made a start on the assets. I'm just going to get them uploaded and tested as well.
Okay, so a few fixes came through from Lee's QA, but nothing too dire, so it was quite quick. So I jumped straight back into the Sci-Fi Fantasy DLC, and I did manage to finish off this image, which I think looks really cool. I actually managed to blend in the cityscape with the background, so you can see here in the sort of inner layer of the city, it's the same colour as the sky. I think it kind of adds up quite well. I think it layers quite nicely, so I'm going to leave it at that. But as now, since I had a nice sort of colourful, pretty one, I thought I'd do a bit more of a darker landscape. I'm really happy with this one. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. I sort of want to do something a bit more, I don't know, what's those things that Iron Man's suit's made of? It's nanites or something? I want some nanite sort of AI stuff going on here. I quite like it. I want to sort of incorporate it into the atmosphere so you can see all the nanites are in the clouds and stuff. And I think it looks really cool. It gives off a different sort of weird vibe, and I quite like it. I was messing around with adding overlays on as well, but I don't think it needs it, to be fair. I think the grey and the red contrast quite nicely, so I think I'm going to leave the image as is, because I think if I add too much, it may look a bit too cluttered. So yeah, that one's done for now, and I'm going to jump on to the third image. Making pretty good progress for today. Okay, so I'm continuing on with the Sci-Fi Fantasy DLC. Really enjoying this one, as you can probably already see. I'm cracking on with it quite well. And this is the fourth image. It's not too big. I wanted to do a bit of a smaller one just so I could fit in the 5 images for the store page today. If I did a bigger one, I may have not got everything done in time. So I'm going to finish this one off and then go onto the stream and do the 5th one, which will be a nice one to do, and then we can have it for the store page. But as this image, it's been quite a hard one. Although it is quite small, it's quite hard to get the composition right. So initially I was having it originally as a black hole, and I suppose it still technically is, but it's more like a portal going now where we're sort of looking through it. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. Originally I've had so many variations of this where I had a cream sky, then I had a blue sky with a dragon, didn't look great. And now I'm doing this sort of holy sort of arc looking thing. It looks pretty cool, and I'm not really sure what I'm drawing. I activated symmetry and then just went to town with it. And it looks pretty good, so I think I'm going to stick with this for now. Maybe not the character, but especially the colour palette. So I'm going to crack on with this one, hopefully get it done before lunchtime, and then on stream, I'll get the 5th one drawn.
So that's sort of come across an interesting problem with the Colouring Pixels DLC. So you see here, this is Wooloop, and this is all the Wooloop DLCs. And normally when we're making a new pack, we click this button up here, add new DLC. Straightforward, follow the process to make new packs. On Colouring Pixels, that button is now gone. Quick check, it might be because there's now 99 packs in this list. Some of them obviously never been released, but they're still there in the back end. And maybe that's the limit, 100 might be the limit for Steam. So we've sent a ticket off to Steam to sort of get that resolved, because there are many games on Steam with more than 100 DLCs. So it's probably just a tick box or something in the back end. Fingers crossed I'll be back soon to get that resolved. But other news, down here on my notebook, and show off a little bit of stuff. Really bad with handwriting, but had a phone call from Games Workshop, which is a miniature painting a model company. And yeah, just looking at maybe being a supplier. Haven't got any numbers yet, sort of like figures and whatever else, but yeah, just sort of getting in contact. And yeah, it's quite nice that they got back in touch, and we'll be back in touch again in 2 weeks' time, and we'll see, yeah, getting a free pack. So we're told not to open it, so we'll see when that arrives.
Yeah, so I can't really show what I've been working on today, mainly because my PC has been overheating again. It's okay right now, but that's just because we just had the wrap up call, which will be coming up after this video. It's all out of order. But yeah, my PC is basically overheating again. Something wrong with the CPU. So I've ordered a new CPU fan. Essentially, it should arrive on Monday. Fingers crossed we can get these temperatures down, and I can start using my PC normally again.
Cool.
Yeah.
You good?
I think so.
You thirsty, Lee?
I'm trying to have something.
Guys, it's the weekend.
Hello.
Friday, yeah, nice. It's been a good week. We have a DLC coming out as of this video, which is the Seasons DLC for Wooloop. Check that out. And then last week we have the Time Travel DLC just come out, so check that out as well. But in the upcoming month we have 2 more DLCs.
Sci-fi fantasy for Pixels, a good one. And then we're going to have Factory as well for Voxels. They should be some nice ones for me to do, some nice tech stuff. But yeah, thank you to our Discord members, our Patreon members, everyone who joined the stream today. And yes, all have a lovely weekend.
I'm so successful.
I don't know.